Oh. Hey folks, I'm just sitting up here in my upstairs um, office area where I have some books on the other side of my bedroom. It's pouring down rain outside. I wanted to get out a little bit this afternoon in the woods, but eh, weather it's not cooperating. I took a trip to the store earlier and walked just to get outdoors a bit, but it was raining through the night and had a bit of a break earlier, but then started pouring down rain again when I wanted to go out. So, what do you do when it's raining? You read books. So I just finished up reading something, so I came upstairs to maybe grab another book and figured, you know what? Let's take a look at my library. Specifically, stuff that kind of my channel was about. There's, knives and bushcraft survival, which I titled the video of. Also, I'd make some history videos from time to time. So, I've got some of those books behind me too. This is just one bookshelf here that we'll go through, but this shelf definitely has all of my survival, outdoorsy, bushcraft, and knife type books on it, as well as some history stuff here. So let's go through it a little bit. What's a survival collection without the man himself? From Man versus Wild, Bear Grylls. This book, I've had this for many years. Um, Bear Grylls is kind of one of the primary people who got me interested in survival stuff way back when Man vs. Wild was a new show, probably around 2006 or so, maybe. And this book was probably published not long after that, when his show was still popular and before people knew he was sort of a faker, if you will, not really out there in the wild just doing some filming and then going back to the hotel. But I think the skills that Bear teaches are still just fine. He knows he knows what he's doing. He's the youngest person ever to climb Mount Everest, which in itself is a survival skill. Uh, let's see. I also got some magazines in here. A few magazines. Backwoods Survival Guide. I like to pick this up at the store now and then just to read through. All kinds of interesting stuff in here. Kind of the oh yeah, it says living off the land, living off grid, all that type of backwoodsy stuff. And you got some nice pictures of campfires and knives on the back, and usually some sort of dude in flannel with a log cabin on the cover of that. Here's something I like picking up these types of books and looking at outdoor life or field and stream. Actually, is that I have some sort of a knife book from Field and Stream somewhere, like the Ultimate Knife Manual or something. I picked these books up at like an Ollie store. You can find them in like the discount section of Barnes and Noble for like, I don't know, $8-10, but they're pretty cool to look through. Lots of pictures, photos. Oh, let me see here. Let me get this out in a trio. Actually, what's this stuff? Get that out of the way. So, here's a trio of books here. I think somebody just popped on. Grugs, my main man. I'm just here, just finished a book and was looking through the rest of the library here to find something else. So I'm just, while I'm here, go live for a little bit and look at the collection of books here. So these three by Craig Caudill. Craig is a owner of Nature Alliance School out of Kentucky, and he is probably the most influential person in my survival outdoors interest and skill set that I know. These are the first three books that he wrote: Extreme Wilderness Survival, Ultimate Wilderness Gear, and Essential Wilderness Navigation. All top-notch books, lots of good photos. I admittedly have not made it all the way through Essential Wilderness Navigation because it's more of a hands-on, active type of book, and I like to do a lot of my reading, at night in bed, or if I'm commuting to work, I take a bus and will read on the bus on the way to work. But this is a hands-on book to get you navigation skills. So you really got to use a compass when you're reading this, and the book includes a topographical map so you can practice your navigation skills. But Craig is the man. He has a co-writer on this book, Tracy Trimble, who was one of his partners and another instructor at his school in Kentucky. Let's see. I don't think we need to go through all of these one by one, or maybe we will. I've got time. The SEAL Survival Guide by former Navy SEAL Kate Courtley. This was a pretty cool book. You actually, if you watch a lot of YouTube and subscribe to like Survivor and prepper stuff, you've probably actually seen Cade in some advertisements for a company called For Patriots. They have like I guess like freeze-dried food and some different survival gadgets. I don't know if it's his company or if he just is like the spokesperson for them, but you'll see him around. Here's a couple books I haven't read yet, but these were actually recommendations from Craig Caudill in some of his videos or podcasts, maybe. The Lost Art of Reading Nature's Signs and Deep Survival. I think this is like some real life survival stories in there. What else here? There's a couple of things. And actually, I just got a new book by this guy. My wife just got me. His name is Creek Stewart. This bag, Build the Perfect Bug Out Bag. It's great for, packing up a survival kit for when disasters strike. This book, Survival Hacks. Lots of interesting facts in here, but kind of just like fun, neat little things in this book. And this one I just got, I think within the past week, the Disaster Ready Home. So prepping your house for survival. A few weeks back in Florida, big hurricane, people without power and stuff. Yeah, maybe they would have benefited from reading this book. Let's see here. Well, here's a classic. Nessmuk's Woodcraft and Camping. This is a great book. It's super thin. Is it even, it's like 100 pages on the dot. Everybody should get this book. It's like $5 or $6 on Amazon, or I think the Kindle version of this book is even free. So I think, Grugs, if you're still on, I know I sent you that one last year, one of these Nessmuk books. But interesting stuff here from the 19th century, when Nesmith lived. All kinds of camping and fishing from, mid to late 19th century, because I believe he passed away in 1890 or something like that. Let me put some of these back on the shelf before I make a mess. Didn't really have them in order or anything like that, but we'll just stack them up here. Maybe I will put them in order. Here's another great one. Bushcraft Basics by Leon Pantenberg. Leon is a fantastic writer, and which correlates into a fantastic book. Leon has a YouTube channel, Survival Common Sense, I believe it's called. Yes, Survival Common Sense, and survivalcommonsense.com. He has a lot of good survival tips from lifetime in the outdoors. He's an older gentleman, got to be in his 60s. When he was in his early 20s, Leon did a canoe trip down the length of the entire Mississippi River, all by himself, from what I recall. Solo trip in a canoe down the Mississippi, camping and stuff along the way. This book, I will say the title is a little bit misleading, because it's not really a book about bushcraft skills and stuff. It's more on how to get prepared to go into the bush so you don't wind up in a world of hurt, or having to be in a survival situation. But this is a fantastic book. I got this directly from Leon. He signed it for me there, which is pretty cool. So definitely recommend Bushcraft Basics by Leon Pantenberg. And here's one that's a survival classic. I've had this for many years too, like my Bear Grylls one, the SAS Survival Handbook by John Lofty Weissman. All kinds of stuff in here. Thick book. Lots of black and white drawings, illustrations. But I think if you're interested in survival, probably got to have a copy of the SAS Survival Handbook. I also have a pocket-sized version of this book that I keep in my backpack, that I take with me every day, just in case something happens. Let's see, I pulled out Backwoods Survival Guide magazine earlier. This is a Backwoods Survival Guide book. It's basically a collection of articles from the magazine. Nice colorized photos and stuff, just like you get in the magazine. The magazine, the pages feel like a newspaper, but these are like nice, thick, glossy pages. So nice book. If you like the magazine, you like that book. Oh man, let me see if I can get this set out here. I got the boxed set of Dave Canterbury's book. So Bushcraft 101, all his others. So I got his larger Bushcraft illustrated book, which he came out with, I don't know, maybe a year or so ago. Might have gotten that last Christmas. Let me see if I squeeze that back in there. Kind of a rough spot for that book, right behind that pillar. Hey, Freedom Frog. Thanks for popping on here. I'm just going through some of my library here on survival bushcraft books and such. So some of my favorites I've gone through. Let me pull out this other stack here. So here's a stack of books by the guy James Morgan Ayres. I just finished this one just a few minutes ago and came up to grab another book before I decided to make this live video. So, essential survival gear, very interesting. I also I just finished reading this one again, Survival Knives. How to Choose and Use the Right Blade. Awesome book. I actually did a full video review on this book earlier this year, The Tactical Knife by James Morgan Ayres. Both fantastic books. Here's another one of his, The Tao of Survival. It's more about getting the right mindset, in your brain for survival stuff. There's some different exercises in there. I did not read this entire book yet, but just kind of here and there read some pages. So perhaps gotta get back on reading that one again. And let's see, another YouTube fame book. Dan Wowak from Coal Cracker Bushcraft did this Bushcraft Kid book. Lots of great illustrations and tips for having a great time outside and that. Dan is a cool guy. He's from not too far away where I grew up in Pennsylvania. This one, real cool book, Spy Secrets That Can Save Your Life by Jason Hansen. Jason Hansen was on the TV show Shark Tank some years back and got them to invest in his spy ranch out in Utah, where he teaches some more, we'll say, urban survival skills, and just kind of being aware when bad guys are around, that type of stuff. Very cool book. Would recommend that. It's a fun read for sure. Another guy, I think he's been on some TV and stuff, Clint Emerson. Pretty popular book, 100 Deadly Skills, and we got 100 Deadly Skills Survival Edition, and I think Combat Edition. Cool stuff. They're nice just to, you don't have to read these cover to cover like a book that's telling a story or anything. You can just kind of flip through, and it's just fun to see the different facts. I actually got a book by him, his autobiography here. I actually got this at Walmart a little while ago for like $5. It was on clearance or something. So he's a former Navy SEAL, or I say former, but if you're a Navy SEAL, you're probably always a Navy SEAL, just like the Marine Corps says, once a Marine, you're always a Marine, and all that type of stuff. So yeah, right kind of crazy. Wow, so I got some knowledge. Yeah, I do have a lot of knowledge up here, but not here. That's how I kind of put it, because I just don't get out as much as I would like. Work and other stuff just always gets in the way. And well, like today, I wanted to get out a little bit, but pouring down rain right now. We'll see what tomorrow brings. Let's see. What else here? Some other stuff that's interesting. Here's something that was really kind of pushed my way into liking knives, was the story of Jim Bowie, the Bowie knife. This book here, Three Roads to the Alamo, it's a real thick book, but it's really 3 books in one. So this book is the story of the 3 principal characters who fought and died at the Alamo in 1836. We got Jim Bowie, who I already mentioned, then David Crockett, and William Barrett Travis. So this is like a bio of the 3 of them. Real cool, very cool book. It's really one of the most comprehensive biographical things on Jim Bowie's life that there is. Because Jim Bowie, he didn't write anything down. He didn't keep journals and stuff. Like, there's not a lot of primary source information direct from the man himself. It's all secondary and after the fact. A lot of things we know about him are from his older brother, Reason. who is said to may have actually invented the Bowie knife. Oh, you know what? My wife also just got me this book, the newest one from Clint Emerson, the Navy SEAL, The Rugged Life, making your homestead and living off grid and that type of stuff. So it's just interesting, like backwoods skills, like how to tan a hide. You know, I'm not gonna. That would be a fun activity, I'm sure. Lots of work. Is it the? Let's see here. See, they looks like they make a solution here. They don't tan with the brains like the real old time tanners would have. But you know, this will be a cool book to flip through yet. I haven't really done so. Here's another favorite, outdoors history. I've mentioned this book, I think, quite a bit on my channel. The Frontiersman by Alan W. Eckert. The story of Simon Kenton, the principal character in this book, at least from the white people's side. Tecumseh is one of the principal characters from the Indian nations in this book. Nice and thick. It's about the settling of Kentucky and Ohio. Simon Kenton, born right near my home here in Virginia, just in the mountains, just a few miles away. So awesome, awesome stuff. One of my favorite. Here's something it's another nice short little book. Guy's Guide to Pocket Knives. What's his name? Something Yarborough. Mike Yarborough wrote this book. He has a beard oil company. I think it's called Wolf and Iron. If you look that up online, then he has this book about pocket knives. It's really interesting. If you like knives, you'll definitely like this book. Let me see. Let me show one other. It's this way. All right, here's another one. Not much of a knife guy, you liar. Here's one, Bad Guy with a Gun by Ernest Emerson. This one got not too long ago. Ernest Emerson of Emerson Knives. He actually sent me this book as a gift. He signed that for me. Very nice of him. Unexpected. So, How to Survive an Active Shooter Event from Ernest Emerson. You know, Ernest Emerson isn't just a knife maker. He's an expert martial artist. He's a member of the Black Belt and Martial Arts Hall of Fame. He has his own combative training center where he's trained a lot of law enforcement and special ops personnel throughout the years. So he knows a thing or two. So this would be a great book. But what to read next? I don't know. A lot of choices. I tend to buy and buy books. I have an awesome used bookstore near my home and always shopping used book deals on Amazon and eBay and all that. So those of you that tuned in, Grugs and Freedom Frog, thanks for watching, and I guess this will be the end of this video while I try to decide what to read through next. Take it easy.